Tracy here. I'm going to share with you my flip through for June. June's a little bit more exciting than May because I actually more or less I think kept up with June. So I journaled as the days went along. Plus I put on, well, me and my daughter's now mother-in-law put on a shower, a bridal shower for her. So there was more things that I did that month. And as you can see, for my first goal is 10,000 steps or more a day. And I did 10,000 steps. Actually, look, I did 20,000 steps, over 20,000 steps every Saturday, on this Friday, and on this Monday. This probably was a long weekend or something, but yeah. So happy with my steps. I managed to just drink 1 can of Coke on the weekend, so that was another good goal. I read a book. I read The Diary of Anne Frank. I don't know if I did any layouts or smash books or organized anything like that, because like I said, I was really busy not only getting things done for the shower, but also for my daughter's wedding. So this is the layout, and I have to say this is like one of my favorite washi tapes. Look at how pretty those birds and nests are. I just love it. It's so pretty. I love my washi tape anyway. And we will turn it to June 1st. For these 2 days, I just stamped these hearts over here and the flowers on this page, and I just colored them up with my colored pencils, and then I used some Gamsol or some mineral spirits to blend them out. The first of the month, June 1st would have been my mom's 69th birthday, and she had passed away 10 years before, and I just wrote up a little bit about her. And then on I wrote Thinking of You, or I stamped Thinking of You, and then I wrote how her and I would play rummy. We'd play cards till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, even if it was a school night. We'd stay up and play cards late at night a lot of the times. And then this day I just finished off my daughter's bridal shower invites. So that's all I did that day. For these 2 days, all I did was I just did some stamping here, and then I just wrote a little bit about my day, and I had to get an echocardiogram that day, and it turned out it was the results were good, thankfully. And then there was a prompt on the Fauxbonichi journalers site on Facebook, and it was childhood summer pastimes. And I just wrote that when I was growing up, I had a motorcycle or a motorbike, and I loved to drive the trails, drive the hills, just get out and go on my own. I just love to spend a lot of time doing that. But I also love to hang around with the kids in the neighborhood. I grew up in a trailer park, and there was, or a mobile home court, and there was so many kids there, my age, younger, older, and we all got along. We all played hide and seek no matter what the age of the kids were. We played baseball. We got everybody involved, and yes, lots of fun times there. This here was a quote that was put up for the Fauxbonichi journalers group on Facebook, and it says, "Strive for progress, not for perfection." And it's funny because I wrote, even before writing this quote, I went on the internet looking for the perfect way to write this in a pretty font. so much for that one. And then here I just wrote about my day. I try to put a little bit about my day every page. So this was one of the drawing prompts on the Fauxbonichi site, and it was to draw a sunflower, and so I did, not well, but not too bad actually. And then I colored it up, and then I just added some sunflowers on either side of the pages. And this is at camp. We went to camp, and this was, yeah, I did a lot of the prompts. See what happens when I keep up? I actually do some of the prompts that they post on there. And this was, they wanted to know your family and why you admire them. So I just put a block for each of my family members, my husband and my 3 daughters, and wrote why I admire them. And then this day here, I just had my friends over during the day, and we got to make some pocket letters. I cut out this dress form just in black cardstock and adhered it on here because Christy was making cupcakes and she was putting it into the shape of a dress form for Ashley's bridal shower, and I was making a card holder in the shape of a dress form for the bridal shower as well. So I had cut this out and put that on there. And then here, this is another prompt, is what is on my bucket list, which I really don't have a bucket list, even though I don't have one. I still found a few things that I'd like to do in my life, but I live a pretty good life, so even if they don't get done, I'm fine with that. And then I just wrote a little bit on what I did and what I did that day. I did a couple more prompts from the Fauxbonichi Journalers site on Facebook, and it was to do this quote, and I'm not sure if it was to do this type of writing, because I know that they have the fauxligraphy, they have a couple prompts on that, but I'm pretty sure that this was one of the quotes that we were supposed to do, and it's, "Life is better when you're laughing." How true is that? Another prompt was to draw a ladybug, and I remembered I had this already stamped on a piece of paper, so I was going to color her in when I got my new, I forget what they're called now, chameleon. When I got my new chameleon pens, I was going to color her in, but look, I haven't done that. I totally forgot about her. And these two are, I covered up the journaling because I was upset with a couple people and I had to vent a little bit. One of my sayings in life that I live by is, don't expect anything from anyone and you will never be disappointed, which is true to a certain degree. I try not to expect anything from anybody, and I'm pretty good. I go along life pretty smoothly. I'm pretty forgiving and accepting, but that doesn't mean I'm never disappointed. So I hid those under there just so if I want to read them, but then the page still looks pretty with all the gold, and I really like the shine of the foil gold and even the tape. And then I matched it to these the dotted Project Life ones. I think they're Heidi Swap, but do not quote me because I don't know my product. Here is another really pretty sticker that I liked, and by putting it in my Fauxbonichi, I actually still get to keep it instead of, say, putting it in a card or something and then giving it away to somebody. I still have it. And then this tree is also a nice sticker. This is more like a paper sticker, and this is a clear sticker. This is just telling me about my day and what I did. I have a camp journal where I go into detail on the days that we spend at camp. And that I put pictures in and a lot of journaling in there. So instead of putting the same thing in both my camp journal and the Fauxbonichi, which is a daily journal to me, I kind of point form it or talk about different things. Like here is the Saturday, and this is everything we did at camp, but I more or less did it point form. I didn't go into detail. And then here I just wrote why I like our camp. So I'll get more into depth in certain things in here, more personal. This was a prompt from the Fauxbonichi Journalers, and it's, what were the best and worst aspects of your childhood? So I wrote them down, and everybody has good points and bad points to their childhood, honestly. On this day, I completed the dress form card holder for the bridal shower, and I will show you that. I'm going to do a video on it in more detail, but there's a picture of it, and I was really happy with how that turned out. This day was Tuesday, and just a couple of my friends came over, and we got to do a little bit of crafting during the day. And then here I have these are sticker hearts. This is a stamp. These are sticker hearts, and then I just drew the lines with pen or marker to make them look like dangles. And here's some more of my favorite washi tape. Isn't that really pretty? So pretty. And look at the steps I took. 21,000 steps that day. That was a Monday. That wasn't even at camp. Usually at camp I do a lot of steps. On the 17th is when I completed the guest book for the bridal shower. I actually have a process video on that. I haven't uploaded it yet. I haven't edited it yet. I don't even know if I've finished the last part of the taping of that, but I will get that done soon, and I will share that with you. And then it says 3 supplies I use in my journal. That must have been a prompt as well. And they are Sharpie fine tip pens or markers, washi tape, and my blog, because my blog helps me when I'm behind to catch up. And what was this day? Oh, this was a fun day. This day I went to well, my daughter's now mother-in-law. I went to her house and we discussed how and what we were going to do for the bridal shower. And then what happened after that? Oh, and then after that, I got to go and with my daughter for her final dress fitting, for her final wedding dress fitting. So that was a fun day. Oh, It was a fun day. I eloped, so I never got to experience any of the dress fittings and all that fun stuff. Very stressful, but at the same time it's fun, so I enjoyed experiencing all that with my daughter. One of the prompts was to draw a banner. Well, maybe it wasn't on that day because I don't usually follow the prompts on the exact day, but it was to draw a banner, and I'm better at stamping than drawing. So I stamped this banner, but I wrote, "I love to ride." And we were going to camps, and that's what we do. We ride. I ride my quad. Well, my husband has a quad also, but this weekend or this week he bought a side-by-side or an RZR or a Razor, but to me it looks like a little dune buggy. So he bought that, and we brought that out to camp. So we did a lot of riding that weekend, so that was fun. And we also discovered some new trails and cleaned out some trails and that, so that was a fun weekend. And on the Saturday, I actually brought my kayak out, and I can't believe I waited till June 20th to actually bring my kayak out and go around the lake in it. It's so peaceful out there. I can't even express to you how peaceful it is out there. And then on this Sunday, it was Father's Day, and again, I really like this faux. I do calligraphy, not well, but I do calligraphy, but this faux calligraphy is just so fun. So I did that, and we left camp early because my daughters weren't at camp with us, and it was Father's Day, so of course they wanted to see their daddy. So we left camp early, and this must have been a prompt, and it's what has been the best advice I have ever received. And I wrote, "I have received a lot of great advice, most from my dad or my stepdad, Jim. One that stands out is, if you work for what you have, you are more likely to take better care of it." And I believe that is so true, and that's how I raised my daughters too. No matter what, they've worked for what they've had in life. We haven't given it to them. And even if we've offered to give it to them, actually they refuse. They want to earn it on their own. So that is great advice, and I can vouch for that. And then this, what happened here? Oh, Ashley was so sick, like, for a whole week, and I kept telling her to go to the doctor because she probably has bronchitis or something. And she went to the doctor, and yes, my daughter, she had bronchitis. So listen to your mommy because she knows. Another prompt was, what is your favorite family childhood vacation? And as a child, we never really went on vacation. I know I would spend a week or so in another province because that's where my dad lived, so I'd spend a week or so with him in the summers, but I don't know if you'd call that a vacation. The only really vacation I remember is when my dad and my mom, they rented a cabin, which was like a little house actually, and on Wabagoon Lake, because my dad worked in Dryden. So he was still working, and he'd go to work every day because it was pretty close. But to us, it was like a little vacation because we weren't at home. And then here I just wrote a little bit about my day. And then this is another prompt. What is my favorite family vacation as an adult? And we go on a lot of road trips. Like we like to go to the States quite a bit because it's like the closest little vacation spot we can go to around here. Everywhere else would be like 8 to 16 hours plus away if we want to go on a little vacation. So we usually just go to Duluth or even Minneapolis. So, but one of the 2 big vacations we went to as a family, because with my husband's work, he is very busy in the summer because he owned his own business. So very busy is in the summer, so we never ever went on a summer vacation. But I forget what month it was, but we went to BC one year, and then when my stepdad Jim, when he passed away, I promised him that I'd spread his ashes in Montana. When he asked me to do that, and I accepted, he told me to make something good out of it. He actually asked me to go on a family vacation when we went to do that, because he experienced that land and he loved it, and he wanted us to experience it as well, and we did love it. So that was one of my favorite family vacations with my family. And then I just wrote on to my day that day, and then again used my pretty washi tape, and this was another quote prompt. Embrace the small things, they lead to the great things. And as you can see, I played around with that faux calligraphy again. And here, worked on a few shower projects for Ashley's bridal shower. And then my daughters and I, we went to the mall and went shopping, so that was fun. Obviously, anytime spent with my girls is a fun time. Here is another quote. I'm not sure if this was, it probably was a prompt on the Fauxbonichi site. And this I just did in my own handwriting. This is the weekend of the bridal shower, so I just had to do a couple little quick errands, but we still went to camp just for the evening, just for one night. So here we are up at camp on this Saturday, and I just wrote that Wayne and I went for a lot of quad rides, and he actually brought his GPS with him because we went through all these old logging roads and all these old logging trails, because there's a lot of them around where our camp is, and you could easily get lost. I could easily get lost because I have no sense of direction whatsoever. My husband knew exactly where we were going, even without the GPS, because he's like, oh, didn't you notice we kept turning right and right and right? So when we left, we just have to, when we were leaving to come back, we just turned the opposite way. And I'm like, no, I didn't even notice that. So we did a lot of driving that weekend. And then because of the bridal shower, I was making these big, huge tissue paper flowers. So I was making them in the evening. I was making them on our drive up and our drive back home from camp. Like in the truck, I was making them. I had bags and bags of different sizes of these big, poofy tissue paper flowers. And actually, I still have them. I don't know. I put so much work into them. It's like, oh, I need to use them for something else. So I have them in bags. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. And then this was the day of the actual bridal shower, and I stamped this pretty dress, and then I colored it in pink because those were Ashley's colors. It was just such a nice day. Everybody was so sweet. Everything went so smoothly. And actually, I forget how many hours we went beforehand to decorate, and I'm so... People say organized, but I'm so anal that I had even drawings of how I wanted the table set up and how I wanted, we had a photo wall. I had drawings of that, and I had everything like detailed written down where I wanted everything to go, because I had to run out and pick up a meat tray, and I felt like, oh, I can't leave. Everything's going to fall apart if I'm not there. So I left all these notes for everybody, and they did good. So it turned out beautiful. Everybody was complimenting on how beautiful it turned out. So that was a good day. And are these, yeah, these are the last 2 days of the month. And this is another prompt. And it's, what outdoor activities do you enjoy most during this season? Well, mine are walking, going in my kayak, driving the quad, and gardening. Mind you, you wouldn't believe it would be gardening if you looked at my yard, because it is a total mess this year. It was a total mess. So those are my favorite activities in the summer. In the winter, my favorite activity is hibernating, because I do not like the cold anymore. And then I just wrote about onto my day and how I actually enjoyed cleaning the house, because it seemed like the month was so busy getting ready for the bridal shower that the house got kind of neglected. So I actually enjoyed cleaning the house up that day. And then this was the last day, and nothing really happened besides I ran into a lot of people on my outings that day and chatted with a lot of people. So that is it, actually. Oh, look, 14,000 steps. Woohoo! Good for me. So that is my June's flip in my Fauxbonichi journal. And like I had said, my life isn't all that exciting. The only reason it seemed a little bit more exciting in June was because we were prepping and we had my daughter's bridal shower. So that is it for today. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you all had a very creative day today. Bye now.